Supervisors meeting for February 12th. Roll call, please.
Supervisor Delbar?
Here.
Supervisor Pinches?
Here.
Supervisor Smith?
Here.
Supervisor Colfax?
Here.
Chair Wattenberger?
Here. And at this point, I'd like to ask Betty Bruckler to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mrs. Bruckler. Okay, agenda item 4, approval of the minutes from February 5th. Has everyone had a chance to read the minutes? Any discussion to the minutes for February 5th?
I'll move approval, Mr. Chair.
It's been moved. Do I hear a second on the approval of the minutes?
Second.
It's been seconded by Supervisor Delmar. Any discussion to the minutes? All those in favor of approval of the minutes February 5th, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Passed unanimously, all supervisors present. Item number 5, the consent calendar.
Consent item.
Consent calendar will include, let's see, let me double check my facts here. Madam Clerk, has there been public notice established?
Yes, we have proper notice.
Okay. To the board, any items to be polled for separate consideration? Is there any public comment on the consent calendar? Okay, seeing none, what's the action of the board?
Excuse me.
Yes.
I had not.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see your pen.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I would like to pull item number 5 for separate discussion.
Item number 5. Okay, that'll come later in the day. Any other items to be pulled by members of the board? Okay, what's the action on the remainder of the consent calendar?
So
Move
moved.
approval.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Approval of the consent calendar with item 5 being pulled for discussion later on. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, passes unanimously. At this point, the board will convene as the IHSS Public Authority Governing Board, and we have a consent calendar before us. What's the action on this item? Okay. The CEO's office, any discussion on this item? No? Okay. Any comment from the board? This is approval recognizing SEIU Local 6434, excuse me, as the sole bargaining agent for the exclusive representation of in-home support services providers in Mendocino County. Discussion.
So moved.
It's been moved to approve this item. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Discussion from the board. Discussion from the public? Okay. Hearing and seeing none, what's the action on the board? It's been a motion. There is a second. Any further discussion? Okay, call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay. Item is approved unanimously. We'll reconvene as the Board of Supervisors and as the Planning Director in the House. Okay. We'll wait just a few minutes for the Planning Director to give his report, and then we'll take up item 7B2, the timed item at 8:09:15 hours. While we're waiting for the building and planning director, Mr. CEO, do you have a report?
Actually, it's back in my office.
Okay, we'll hold off on that item. And I expect to hear a legislative report, so we'll have to put that off also. Okay. We'll accept the Department of Transportation's report. And to the clerk, do we have any appointments to the boards or commissions?
We have no recommended appointments for this meeting.
Okay. Supervisor Pinches.
Mr. Chair, last week it was reported when we questioned on the North State project, it was basically indicated the funding was all in place, and I was just curious to when that project's going to actually, the physical work on the ground is going to start.
I will check with our Department of Transportation Director and get back to you later today.
Okay. Good morning, Ray.
Good morning.
We're running a little ahead of schedule, which is a remarkable feat, so. Any comments to your report?
Just very briefly, as you can see, the Sherwood Valley comments are due the 20th. I'm coordinating comments on that. There is a materials recovery facility that's been proposed on North State Street. You should be aware of that. It's controversial, may result in an appeal to the Board of Supervisors. Young Creek Dam, you should be aware of, is just up in McNabb. There was an illegally constructed dam this past summer. It was threatened a failure of that facility, and so we worked with the Sheriff's Office, CDF, Department of Transportation, and so my thanks go out to CDF in particular, as well as Department of Transportation for their work in that, and we'll be billing the property owner for costs to drain that pond. Planning Commission on January 17th heard a couple of cases of note. One was a Edge Wireless, a use permit to construct a wireless telecommunication facility on Black Bart Trail. This was one that the board had previously heard. There was a lawsuit filed over that. That was a motion to approve, 3-2. However, that failed because it takes 4 affirmative votes. That case has been appealed to the Board of Supervisors. Also, the next case for Kristen Urkula, a minor subdivision up above Lake Mendocino on the east side, was approved 6-0. However, it's been appealed by the property owner. There's the property owner and the son. There's some dispute going on between the two. However, the property owner has appealed the approval, wants a condition lifted that prohibited second units on the property, so that's been appealed to the Board of Supervisors.
Okay. Any questions from the board for the director? Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Hall.
You're welcome.
Take a deep breath for 1 minute, and we'll bring the timed item at 9:15 before us. Supervisor Smith, would you like to bring up item 5 while we have just a minute?
I don't know that staff is available here to address the issue.
Okay,
So we
that's
might
fine.
need some more time on that.
Sure, that's fine. Wanted to offer the opportunity. Okay. On my clock on the wall, it says it's time. So we'll bring up item